This is the Ides of March.
The Ides of March.
Ides of March.
The Ides.
March 15th.
Oh, it is. It's March 15th.
The Ides of March.
The Ides of March. We're right in the middle. In like it was pretty much like a lamb this year, eh? In like a lamb, out like a lion. Out like a winged lion, perhaps. This is Max Radico from Grasshopper Media here, interviewing Mr. Tom Usuryfree Kennedy once again for the 6th annual.
This will be the 6th annual Usury-Free Week, coming up in November, from November the 13th to the 19th in 2010.
Excellent, and this is a week that we do many different activities, but we keep our focus on being usury free.
Yeah, the focus of the week is two things: to have meetings and gatherings and teach people about the orthodox system of debt money, which is usury based, and we teach people about money creation in our orthodox system, which people don't have much knowledge about. And then we also teach them about the usury-free community currency movement, which is like the alternative to using their money and paying them interest or usury all the time.
So yeah, so we're learning about the current system and then the solutions around what we can do.
We're learning all those things that formal education neglects to teach.
That's right.
Especially about money and banking and economics, because the knowledge out there in the public about money and banking is way down below what it should be. People actually think that they're borrowing depositors' funds when they go to banks, and banks never lend out depositors' funds.
No.
Every time you go to a bank, the bank creates brand new money.
That's fractional reserve lending, right?
And they call that the principal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say, pay us back the principal plus the interest or the usury.
The usury.
But they never create that interest portion or usury portion of any loan. And therefore, we constantly have a shortage of money in the economy, and it's all by design. It is not
by design. And once you can see how this is all structured, then you can finally start to see how to break free from it by doing such things, starting to think creatively about what we can do. There's nothing illegal about printing your own money. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, you're seeking a solution and trying to give back to the community. We have Tom here has created his own money. This is Kennedy Hours. Here's another example. This is from Waterloo, Kitchener area.
Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge area.
That's right, and it's right up to 50s for one. Now these are alternative modes of currency, as opposed to the Canadian currency.
Actually, you know what? Even as choosing of words, we like to use the word complementary even more so than alternative.
Okay.
Because when you're using it as a complement with your federal cash, there's absolutely nothing to fear.
That's exactly what we want to do.
When you're talking about an alternative, some people cringe about the word alternative because they don't understand it.
It's almost like it's standing next to, whereas this is complementary. So you can use this with your Canadian dollars right now, and you can use it with any other kind of currency that's going on.
The big, I call it the big back-end teaching about community currency is that our federal dollars are interest-bearing or usury-bearing dollars. They only come into circulation through the process of debt, and on every debt there's interest or usury.
Yes. And
the community currency is free of interest or free of usury, and therefore it's much more empowering than the usury-bearing dollars. So when we teach about using it as a complement, we teach people, if you have a product or service that you can offer to the community, there's a wholesale cost that you probably got to pay federal cash for. Mm-hmm. And usually the markup range for retail wholesale is in the range of 40%. Can be more, can be less.
Okay.
But let's take an example of a $100 product on the retail market.
Yes.
The entrepreneur probably buys that for around $60. So when he puts it for sale, whether it's a home-based business or whether it's a small local business,
the mom and pop,
it's the markup is $40 or 40%. So if that entrepreneur, he or she, understands community currency and wants to be part of that movement,
wants to complement the local
he or
community,
she would offer that product maybe at say $80 cash and $20 community currency.
That's right.
That's one way he could do it. Okay.
Thereby recouping his cost and also making a slight profit and also acquiring some of the community currency.
And then you ask him, why would he take the community currency? Well, he takes it because he understands about money and banking, and he understands that by using local currency, he's not paying interest on that portion of it. And then we teach people, if you're able to use this community currency for some of your personal and family and business needs, then it must mean you're not using all the federal cash you were using before.
That's great.
So we teach them, take that federal cash you're saving now and pay off your debt. No matter what kind of debt it is, mortgage debt, car loan debt, personal loan, or credit card debt, every one of those debts is growing by the function of interest or usury. So the sooner you pay them off, the sooner you become usury free. And when people actually grasp that concept, then they see the ultimate power of the local currency. Because it is interest free, it is so empowering.
Absolutely, absolutely. As it gives you a competitive advantage as a business also, because then your Walmart will not honor this, you know, anytime soon. But the local businesses, this way you're spending your dollars at home. You are actually enhancing the community that you live in.
Actually, if you talk to people in the marketplace now, there is a shift happening, and people are understanding the importance of buying local. And you'll see all kinds of promotions about buy local, support local. Well, we haven't been doing that for the last 25, 30 years. We've been driving our cars to the major retail outlets, and we've been spending our money there because we think we're saving pennies. But in the process of doing that, the little mom and pop businesses that were popular in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, they've all had to close their doors because people have been choosing to go with the giant corporations. But now the people are saying it's important how we spend our money.
How we do our business.
And if we change the way we spend our money, we'll get a different result. If we keep spending the money the same way we've been spending it, we can't expect anything but the same result.
That's how do we say, why are we using their money?
Well, yeah, I like that expression. Why are we the people still using their money, meaning the banker's money, and paying them a fee, which we call interest or usury, when we have now learned that we can create and spend our own money for free?